Look out. Here we go with the steel cage match.
Well, the door's locked, and at this point, the competitors might just be wondering exactly what they've gotten themselves into.
That's it. He got him. Oh, man. And that shot finds its target.
Boom, running STO.
Nicely done. Corey, tell me, just how much strength is carrying your opponent around like this tape?
Let's put it this way, Cole. Saxton would never be able to do it.
Sickening thud as his body is driven to the mat. Perfectly placed elbow. Rounds him with a power slam.
The WWE Universe has seen the evolution of the steel cage in the enclosure known today as Hell in a Cell. The first time an enclosed cage was seen was in October of 1983 in the last Battle of Atlanta. The enclosed cage was seen a few years later in the War Games match from the NWA. There were even cages stacked on top of each other like WCW's Tower of Doom.
And once again, we see a return to the specific maneuver. Hey, whatever works. Byron, we talk about the progression of steel cage matches and the type of structures that have been spawned from them. I need to point out that some cages have been electrified. One was made from bamboo in the form of a Punjabi prison match. And of course, the elimination chamber with glass pods and steel doors.
And today we have the Asylum match, where weapons are on top of the cage. Just goes to show you that times may change, but the objective to destroy an opponent remains the same. There's still no better way to settle a score with your adversary inside a steel cage. The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes the superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
This could be dangerous. He's in full control now. Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in a steel cage match. We see the physical harm, but we don't see the psychological effects from being inside the cage. Make no mistake about it, Michael. The steel cage truly represents survival of the fittest.
Takes him down in a major way, too. Unleashing it for the second time now.
This is it. Sent crashing back down.
What a maneuver. Yeah, you don't see a slam like that very often. Lex is rolling.
He's left wide open here.
I don't think he even realizes it. He looks dazed. It's about to get bad.
The end may be near, folks. This is not where he wants to be at this point in this match. And that's a takedown.
Nice. Shoulder tackle does the job.
Both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
And there are few things more unforgiving than the cold steel of a cage match. Oh, man!
Takedown there.
He may have discovered his favorite move.
Boom, running FTO.
Nicely done.
Hooked up. On a vicious assault.
The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet in height. For almost 35 years, a select group of high flyers have taken their aerial assaults to greater heights. And when I say that, I mean superstars climb to the top of the steel cage, the real high-rent district, and dive off onto their opponent. And that all started with one man in October of 1983, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
To your point earlier, Byron, we've definitely seen some unbelievable attacks be launched from the top of the steel cage. And you mentioned the most iconic, the steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship that saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka clash against bitter rival, the magnificent Morocco.
There's no denying that Superfly set the bar. You look over the years to people like Jeff and Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho. They continued to push the envelope and executed unbelievable attacks from the top of the cage. And watch Rikishi take flight off the top of the steel cage.
Wow. And now he goes for it a second time. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Here we go again. Clothesline.
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Clothesline.
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Direct hit. Flattens him with a clothesline. Ooh. The repetition on that move is becoming deliberate at this point.
Side Russian leg sweep.
Here we go. Neutralizes him with a DDT.
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
Can he finish the job?
Big move coming. Wait for it.
Taken out with a pile driver.
That's what he was looking for, Michael.
That's worth another look.
Yeah, I want to see that again.
The brutality and viciousness of this type of match is unparalleled.
Back in from the apron.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
I can't even imagine the pain inflicted from... the stretch.
According to historians, the twisted metal that we see as part of steel cages dates back 80 years. To settle a dispute between competitors Jack Bloomfield and Count Pietro Rossi, the two met inside a ring surrounded by chicken wire. At first, these types of matches were referred to as fence matches.
Look at this. He's going back to an old friend with that one.
Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s to the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall submission, or by exiting the cage, through the cage, or climbing over the top cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by match depending on what was agreed to before contracts to compete when the match was signed. Talking about history, at WrestleMania 2, WWE unveiled the redesigned steel cage with solid steel blue bars before returning to chain link mesh in the late 1990s.
There's a certain feeling that comes over the combatants in a steel cage match once they hear the door close and see the official lock it. A superstar must know that their body is going to be thrown against the steel, that their face will most likely be raked across the cage, and that anything is legal in this environment.
You spoke about this earlier, Corey. It's crucial for a WWE superstar to fully understand the gravity of the situation they're in when they battle inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. An individual must be ready to endure pure brutality and be prepared for the fight of their life. No one leaves a steel cage match without scars.
Corey, you said something of value for once, and that anything is legal inside the steel cage. To that point, something else we've seen over the years.
Yes! Unreal performance.